So, like I said, with those imaginative and postmodern approaches, um, one example in the chapter was talking about David and the family bane. So, David was a 12-year-old boy who started underachieving, and he went to Thomas at Purdue University. And they externalized the problem, which is common in narrative therapy. And the way that they did that was they had a little Dr. Seuss doll, and they named that Dr. Seuss doll the Family Bane. And that Dr. Seuss doll represented the problems that David was having. And so he would talk to his problem, and his problem would talk to him and give him suggestions on how to solve his own problem. So really, he was figuring out his problem for himself. So that would be the example of imaginative and postmodern approaches. Lastly is integrated approaches. So integrated approaches is exactly what it sounds like. It's a mixture of family therapy, parental guidance, and talent development. And this works best when the problems are complex and involve individual, family, and school issues. It's performed by therapists who are trained in both family therapy and gifted education, which we've already talked about is pretty rare, or it could be performed by teams of therapists from different domains who are working together. So the last thing that I have for you guys is 5 quotes that come from the summary section of the chapter that I just thought wrapped up this chapter very well. And so those quotes are, starting from left to right: healthy families whose children are not receiving appropriate educational services can be helped by guidance counselors who are skilled at facilitating collaborative parent-school relationships. Parents of young, highly gifted children who are uncertain or insecure in their roles as parents of an exceptional child need preventative family counseling. Families that are struggling with life cycle transitions, moves, or family conflict can benefit from family therapy, as can families of gifted children with emotional and behavioral disorders. Research is needed to determine how family counseling work should be differentiated for families of high ability youth. And there's a tremendous need for counseling professionals of all types to receive training in working with gifted and talented individuals. So I have 2 discussion questions for you all. The first one: what do you think are the reasons for the lack of research in the field of family therapy regarding gifted children and their family? In other words, why don't we have more research that has to do with gifted children and their families, and what can we do to improve that, and what would more research help us do? And the second one: do you think that the field of family therapy could benefit from differentiation for clients, just like we do in the classroom? Why or why not? Thank you guys so much for listening.